activist. Bill Ackman's takeover bid for Allergan may be a game changer for the industry. We'll see why activists have gotten more ambiguous and are going after far bigger game.
And we'll see what companies are doing to fight back. eBay may have the textbook campaign, perhaps, when Carl Icahn came calling. A full hour on the new era of activism right here on Market Makers.
Welcome back to Market Makers. I'm Stephanie Ruhle.
And I'm Eric Schatzker. Last hour, as you know, we talked to Bill Ackman of Pershing Square about his latest investment. If not an unprecedented move for an activist, it's something we haven't seen the likes of for a generation. Bill Ackman teaming up with Valeant Pharmaceuticals to buy rival drug maker Allergan. This makes it a great day, wouldn't you say, to focus on activist investing? We're going to spend the rest of the show doing just that with two special guests. Bill George is a professor of management at the Harvard Business School. He serves on the board of Goldman Sachs, ExxonMobil, and the Mayo Clinic. And John Stanzinski is here as well. He runs Blackstone's advisory business. You might think of it as the firm's investment bank, somebody who has worked with a number of activists and knows a great deal about the business. So, gentlemen, let's begin with this. And perhaps, if you don't mind, John, I'll put the question to Bill.
Okay.
When I look at Bill Ackman teaming up with Valeant Pharmaceuticals to buy Allergan, I think, and a lot of other people think, I've never seen this before. This is a game changer. Corporate boards around America should be running for the hills. Should they?
Well, they certainly ought to prepare. I mean, the key is how well prepared are corporate boards. It's new for this era, but certainly not new for the 80s. The Raiders in the 80s teamed up a lot, and with the junk bond, with Mike Milken and all, and in the 90s we saw a lot of private equity firms doing similar kinds of things. But I think Bill Ackman's a very tenacious guy, very aggressive, willing to make big bets, willing to take big losses to get big gains. So you got to admire the guy.
Would you liken this to a corporate raid?
Well, of course, yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, I think it's
so. Bill Ackman
Pearson,
is no longer.
I think we shouldn't just look at Ackman, though. He's investing with Pearson. It's Mike Pearson that's making the big bet here, and he's saying he's going to bet on a whole different P&L structure, taking down R&D, marketing, sales.
No, but that's not corporate raiding. That's just M&A. Wouldn't you say, John?
I think I would prefer to describe this, Eric, as fact-based activism.
Hold on, one more time.
Fact-based activism. The best activists spend 3 to 6 months really embracing what they're going to invest in. In this case, you have a situation where Bill is investing in a vision, and rather than basically doing the in-house work, which he's done many times, and the best activists we know do 3, 4, 5, 6 months of work, here he's partnering up with a very skilled CEO with a track record.
What do you think the risk is that this is one and done? It's legal right now, but could regulators look at this and say, you know what, this is too slick, this is too cute, not again?
Well, I think, no, I don't think they can, there's nothing illegal about this. I think you could question the 10-day time period. It's going to go beyond 5%. Right. But no, but I think you've overlooked Pearson here. Pearson, as John was saying, has a very successful track record of acquiring companies and restructuring them. And that's really what's happening here. And the question is, at a certain point in time, he's got to operate all these companies he's put together and build them for the long term. And that's where the jury's still out. But he's done a brilliant job. And so I can easily see why the two of them have come together. That's not hard for me to understand at all, because they're of like mind. You just heard it.
I think for a moment, good to rewind, if you will, for a second and just listen to Bill Ackman in his own words about the merits and rationale behind this deal.
We don't want to partner with everyone, right? We want people we want to partner with the best management teams in the industry, in industries we like, and companies that have competitive advantages. I mean, this is not about making a pop on a stock. This is about establishing a large position ultimately in the combined company. And that is an extremely attractive proposition, not just for us, but for Allergan shareholders, for Valeant shareholders. I mean, I think that's a very good model.
So if that's the case, we might not see, John, Bill Ackman in Pershing Square repeat this exact structure, this exact approach, maybe even never again. But Bill himself told us that he does see this as a model for hedge fund activism. Would you agree? And will others look at what he's doing and say, hey, wait a second, I can do that too?
Eric, I think there's probably about 75 or 100 different types of activists. No two activists have the same type of model they follow. I mean, for example, Value Act is in the shareholding, as you know, of Valeant
Valeant Pharmaceuticals.
And Jeff Ubben has